It's gonna be doing a paint enhancement with a driver door scratches removal, which is this door right here in this area. I'm gonna have to work on some scratches, but I'm gonna start off performing a paint enhancement on the 2024 X5 BMW. Since the hood is long this way, and if I went around to the front, I would be leaning on the hood. Sometimes that leave me off balance. I'm gonna start right here on the driver front fender, and I'm gonna reach this way. For those who want to know what kind of buffer I'm using a DA buffer. I got a finishing pad, what some might call a polishing pad, some might call a glazing pad. And I'm using glaze mixed with another wax to make what I call a paint enhancer. I documented uh, two different creams, buffing creams, to make this particular color and for it to perform the way I want it to perform. I like to state for the record, every brand new vehicle that come to the dealership during the PDI, which is pre-delivery inspection, all the cars get washed, the fabric gets sprayed with fabric protection, the leather seats get treated, and on the outforce, the outside, the exterior part of the body, um, we have a liquid wax that after we wash the car, we rinse the soap off, we spray it over the vehicle, rinse the car off again, and then we shimmy the car off. Now the liquid wax that they use works pretty good, but on all the dark cars that I do, I like to do something a little bit different. Doing it a little different don't bring no more money. It's just what I like to do. Now I'm gonna have to move the product around a little bit to get a better angle, because now I'm gonna get the middle part of the hood. And because I went this way, I don't have to try to extend my arms all the way out and reach the hood and be unbalanced, be imbalanced. once I get through covering the front hood and the driver front fender like I already done, the passenger front fender, I'm gonna go across the bottom of the headlight, this area. Then I'm gonna start on the scratch removal. Now, since I could see I didn't reach out far enough of the middle part of the hood. Okay, that's that. Now I'm gonna go over here. Now this is an extremely large hood, and I've been in the automotive detailing trade ever since 1980. 1980 is when I started getting paid for my automotive detailing trade. There's so many different ways a detailer could get hurt performing automotive detail because of the chemicals we use. Some of the chemicals have silicone in them, and silicone-based stuff is usually greasy, so you could slip and fall. You could be off balance, like if I would have tried to reach across and from the front of this hood and reach and stick my arms out all the way out to like this. See, my arms ain't that long, so it's still a good part of the hood that I can't reach. Now, if I tried to get on my toes, that leave me off balance. I could have brought my step ladder over to try to reach the other side, to help me extend my arms out. And I've tried that in the past and lost my balance. The best way I found for me to do it is to do so much this way. Then once I get in the middle, I can stand freely on both feet flat and be like this and come straight back. That's the safest way for me to perform any kind of exterior buff job, be it paint correction, paint enhancement, or whatever. If I'm holding this buffer in my hand, I want to feel comfortable as possible without putting myself in a predicament to where I can get hurt. I work at the dealership 5 days a week, so 5 days a week, I'm doing a numerous amount of cars. And I definitely understand in order to stay healthy and be able to continue doing this type of work, especially when you consider my age, I have to be careful and practice safety as much as possible. I'm gonna hit these trim pieces, then I'll be ready to start on the scratch removal on the driver's door. And when I get ready to start on that, I'm gonna have to move the tripod closer to where I can give you a better angle. This is my first time going live. I'm a very good instructor, one-on-one. Helped a lot of guys become better detailers. The 43 years I've been in this trade. So learning to talk and not say what I shouldn't say live is something I had to learn. I'm still learning. I won't be videoing the whole car, and I won't be going live with the whole car. Just enough to give a demonstration, enough for me to look back and see how to make my next going live video better than my first one. Like I said, this is my first one. All right. We're switching from the foam finishing pad, glaze pad, polishing pad, whatever name detailers like to call it, to a DA cutting pad. And I also got me some heavy cutting cream. I'm gonna move the tripod up closer to the door to where you could possibly see what I'm doing out there. I need to bring my chair closer. I think I'm gonna move this cord right here out of the way. And I'm moving the tripod. Let me see. I think I might just put it behind me. Bear with me, I'm trying to get it set up in the area I need it. Okay, that's not bad, but I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit to try to get the viewers a better shot. And like always, when I'm doing a video, I forgot to wear my headset. I don't know why, but I did. Okay. Moving this glaze cream out of the way. I prepped this car late yesterday evening. I didn't notice these scratches. Just noticed them recently, and I figured I would add this here to the live video. All right. When I started performing automotive detailing in 80 and 79, I bought my first car. Back then, the buffer that they had available was like DeWalt, Black & Decker, and Makita. The first buffer I bought for my own personal car was in 1979, and it was a DeWalt. Excuse me, not a DeWalt. It was a Milwaukee, and I bought it out of a pawn shop. The second buffer I bought was a Makita buffer. The DeWalt buffer, excuse me, I keep saying DeWalt. The Milwaukee buffer that I bought, the first buffer, it was heavy like a grinder, and it only had one speed. So if you didn't know how to buff with a one-speed rotary buffer, as today people call it, you know, you were really gonna mess something up. The second buffer I got, like I said, was the Makita. The Makita was high and low. It had two gears, high and low, and that was it. So that made it a challenge trying to use a high-speed rotary buffer with only two speeds, and that's high and low. I think it was 90, if I'm not mistaken, when I bought a Makita that had a dial on it, similar to the dial on this DA right here. And that changed everything for me. Now I had more control of the RPMs. I buffed that. Now I could do a lot more with the rotary high-speed buffer that I couldn't do previously because you couldn't dial them down. Back then, the detailer went through a lot of buffers because the buffers had to have triggers, replaced it, and brushes because in order to slow it down to where you wanted it, to where you could do what you was trying to do, if you were trying to buff out scratches, you had to bump the trigger and bump the trigger to slow it down because it didn't have no, it wasn't equipped yet then with a dial down. So clicking it on and off like that just to slow it down to be able to take out a scratch made you go through more brushes and triggers on a high-speed buffer. And all that seek that exists when the buffer came out that was able to be dialed down because it had a dial on it. That just seemed like the difference between night and day. All right, I didn't see this scratch on this one here. On the driver back door. So I'm gonna move this over a little bit. And now I'm gonna make sure you see me, okay? I got scratches up in here, I'm gonna work on those too. Think I'm gonna bring the tripod down just a little bit more. Hopefully y'all can get a better shot for all y'all out there that can't actually see the scratches. Just try to look in the area where you see me. See, I have the cutting cream hat. And I'm still using the DA pad, cutting pad. Right. Since I had to hit the driver front door and the passenger front door, I'm gonna go back over it with the dual action buffer, because I buffed in it kind of hard. That'll help get out the swirls. I just recently bought a dual action buffer. I try to stay up on the times because paint is constantly changing. And with paint changing, the ways to perform exterior details change too. Paint change, chemical change. Sometimes the pads we use to perform paint corrections on change also. So you got to kind of stay relevant in the game. And I do consider myself EJ the innovator. And I can't call myself an innovator if I'm not trying new different things and trying to stay in touch with what's going on in the automotive industry for its chemicals, pads, and buffers. If somebody would have told me 40 years ago to stay in the automotive detailing trade because it was gonna balloon up, skyrocket, I wouldn't have believed them. I've done several other jobs to make money. And during the time I was doing other work, I was still doing mobile details. So I was still in the details. By the time 1990 came, I told myself, you know, you've been doing this detail thing for 10 years, and this is the only thing you really like doing, and this is the only thing that put consistent money in your pocket. So you should try to learn as much as you can about the trade that you've been in for 10 years already and make it work for you. And once I told myself that, I elevated my skills. All right, I got all the scratches out on the passenger front back door and the driver door too. So what I'm about to do next is, like I said, I'm gonna go back over it with some glaze, but I'm gonna use the dual action buffer for that particular step. I'm gonna get ready to sign off and appreciate all those who checked me out today, and I will say with a little bit more time, I get to be a better talker live. But and I also will say in my benefit that I'm more of a doer than I am a talker. I just recently started trying to explain what I'm doing. I'm more of a one-on-one hand person, or maybe like teaching a group of people. I'd help educate a lot of younger detailers that was got in the automotive detailing trade, and they wanted to learn the ins and outs. A lot of them wanted to learn it overnight, and a lot of them wanted to go straight from the learning process to find out what to skip to be able to be faster. I never tried to be a faster detailer. I never told anyone that I was a fast detailer. I try to be accurate as much as possible. So I learned to slow my speed down to match with my ability to do the job correctly. And that means more to me than how fast I'm able to go to make the money and how much money I make. Because regardless if I'm going fast or not, if I have comebacks or if I build up a reputation for not being thorough, a thorough detailer, the word detailer means what it means. It means paying attention to details. I pay attention to details. And a lot of time something might pass my eye, but if I'm working on a vehicle, especially if I'm working on a vehicle on the outside, by the time I get through with that vehicle, whatever I might have missed, I'm gonna catch it. And when I catch it, I'm gonna fix it. So I try my best to fix it right the first time to where I won't have to go back. But if I had to go back to fix something that's gonna hold my level of standards on the quality of work that I'm putting out, I don't mind. I'd do the whole car again if I got to. I don't want to, but I will. Because that there mean more to me than how much money I'm gonna make doing it. It's having my name on it. Having someone say, yeah, man, that dude took a minute, but he got me done, man. It looked great. That's what means. You can't spend that. You can't spend a loyal customer. It's no more. It's not enough money to pay for a loyal customer. A customer that you prove to them over and over again that you deliver on what you're selling. And what I sell is automotive detailing. For those that want to check me out on Facebook, I'm holding up my YouTube channel. So this is my YouTube channel, and my name is Eddie Johnson, known as EJ the Automotive Detail Innovator. Signing off, and peace. May God bless. Now I got to figure out how to turn this thing off. I don't know if I just close the camera or what. There we go. And okay. I need to get over and start finishing the other part. All right, it's 10:19. I definitely got to